descending shutters. Reduce the corridor to shoulder width. Magnetic bolts strike every side door. Concrete bulkheads divide the underground block. Exit lamps point toward welded griddles while crews test maintenance hatches and find fresh plates across them. Farther inside, the only remaining passage contracts toward a reinforced barrier already dropping from the ceiling. All remaining escape routes and brutal mechanical sequence. Hydraulic pins enter the sockets one after another. Airflow weakens inside the isolated sector, and boots return from block stairwells. The crew finds one unfinished partition before complete closure turns every official route back toward the sealed center. No checkpoint slows the convoy, even when armored doors descend across the final corridor. We strike the unfinished wall, past debris backward and widen one rough opening before the enclosed block becomes permanent. Coordinated hands create the exit that mark routes denied inside this heavily sealed underground sector. A freight elevator freezes between inaccessible levels while the drainage tunnel ends at iron mesh. Phones lose signal behind layered concrete. Steel lockers are dragged toward a brick utility cut and driven against separate mortar joints. Another gate reaches the floor, leaving only the improvised breach outside. Official plans, cold air enters first and shoulders clear the jagged edges. Track numbers safely move through one by one. Locking hardware finishes a cycle across every approved exit on the forbidden side. 12 bodies brace the broken opening and pull the last number. Clear heavy doors can control map passages. Never a route built through collective force. Drive through the rough cut before containment becomes complete. Dead bolts hold the label door. Shutters divide empty corridors and reinforced barriers guard. Abandoned lanes, a full line moves beyond the enclosed sector because no sealed design can anticipate coordinated escape through unfinished masonry. Under focus, collective physical force. Final hands leave the utility breach. Behind them, useless exit lamps illuminate locked corridors. Heavy partitions in a chamber containing nobody at all. In exact intervals, steel carriers enter the assembly hall and stop beneath identical lamps. Robotic pickers repeat what measured art, placing each component at equal distance from the next. Work a scan on number squares, hands rise, rotate, lower, and reset. Together, inspection lenses reject the smallest deviation across the polished dial, synchronized crisis stamp. Matching edges into every blank with the motionless, calibrated force and absolute mechanical regularity below. A central clock releases each motion on schedule. Straight rows advance between rails. While counters record every completed action, even pauses arrive at equal length, leaving no gesture, angle, or breath outside the cold geometry governing the line. Track the silence between calls, where timing controls the hall without needing shouted orders. We master the repeated sequence, keep our private judgment and use precision without becoming copies. Exact hands can build success while human choices remain beyond calibration. Inside the cold and strictly regulated assembly hall, finished units and square containers arranged in flawless columns. Labels sit at one angle, seals close under one pressure. When a status lamp changes fast, operators pivot in unison and exchange stations without speech. Then a component lands slightly crooked, the line freezes, holding every arm and matching poses. One worker corrects it carefully by hand, leaving the faint thumbprint. The scan is completely missed before magic production resumes. Uniform motion can hide 1,000 separate minds beneath repeated gestures. Each person reads a different risk and protects a different partner. The machine sees alignment. The crew preserves choices that no counter lens or schedule can record. Use the pattern without surrendering to it. Strike on time, place each piece cleanly and reserve one decision beyond the measure plan. We command repetition as a tool. It never reduces our separate lives to identical mechanical parts beneath uniform lamps and in different inspection lenses, scanning every completed row. Straight columns leave the factory under white lamps. Inside one sealed container, a hidden handprint travels beyond the reach of perfect inspection. Yeah. Running backward from its program stop, where robotic carriage scatters crates across the aisle. Two lifting arms sweep beyond the mark zones and strike the same guardrail from opposite sides. Emergency buttons blink but ignore every hand. Sensors report empty space where moving steel already stands. Along the packing line, conveyors reverse clamps really surly, and an overhead rake swings. It's suspended low toward workers clearing the uncontrolled machinery. No sequence lasts for 2 cycles. One motor stalls while its pair drive double speed. A cutter descends before the table locks. The crew abandons the line console and replaces failed commands with hand signals across the hazardous floor. Engines gather below the signs and accelerate away from every route those markers promise. We read actual motion, not corrupted displays, crossing between erratic strokes while runaway equipment destroys its own boundaries. Human timing holds where automated control has completely collapsed. Across the damaged production hall tonight entirely. A welding head fires outside a shield, burning a diagonal scar across the service door. Guided carts leave their lanes and circle the blocked exit. Reset codes reach the master panel, yet separate units answer with fresh deviations. Workers cut local power branch by branch, waiting for each wild spindle to coast down before approaching. The final actuator keeps hammering an empty fixture until its hydraulic line is physically clamped. Prediction fails every second.